Hello, children. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're all doing well on this Thursday evening. I don't even know what fucking time zone I'm in anymore. Times are weird, if I do say so myself. College is about to start. I feel like I'm fucking 30. But here we are. The first official anime. I would say Akira was my first anime one, but that was a movie. This is a show. You get the point. Okay. This is our first anime official video. I don't plan on doing too many anime videos. It just depends. Like, it just really depends. This is the only anime I've ever finished, so yeah. Here we are. So, My Hero Academia is the first anime that I watched. It's a show that I pretty much love, for the most part, probably 95% I love it. And I have four idiots, four, I had to think about that, four idiots that love it just as much as I do, two that love it more than I do. The 13-year-old virgin that lives in his mom's basement, Jers. My boy Eric, as usual, because I don't go nowhere without him. My boy Miguel, the anime expert in and of itself, and the fat bitch that lives in a box, Kevin, of course. So, brief overview of what My Hero Academia is really quick. My Hero Academia is about a world where pretty much everybody has a superpower, which is called a quirk. And in the show, the main character is Izuku Midorya, also known as Deku, who meets his, I guess, I don't know how to call it, idol, I guess. Yeah. All Might, and he is given powers because he was born without a quirk and he wants to be a superhero. And he's given this power by All Might, and he has to train and become, you know, the best. That's pretty much the gist of it. I'm not gonna. We're gonna go into all of it, but that's just the gist of it for the people that have not watched the show. So, again, I've already stated I love this show. We're gonna go around before we go into each season. Let's start with Mr. Boxman. What do you think of My Hero Academia as a show so far?
I love the show. It's really good. I enjoyed it for all 4 seasons. Can't wait for season 5.
Wow, that's quite the description there. Eric?
Well, and me, My Hero is like probably one of the best new gen animes, and it's like, I think personally it's gonna be, well, it is one of the new big three. If you don't know what the big three is,
the Black Knight,
the big three.
powerful warrior,
Go search it up.
consumed only with getting revenge on his
English.
adversaries.
Big 3 involves.
The big three are Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. But those are
Some people say Dragon Ball 2, but
yes, but the big three refers to their manga because those are the three mangas that were selling insane during that time. Even though Dragon Ball is, I would say, the grandfather of the big three.
Yeah, he's grown out of his number one spot.
I almost said Evan. That'll be the day when we do an anime video and Evan is on here. That'll be the day. Miguel?
Me, My Hero, is one of my favorite animes, up there with Naruto and Attack on Titan. Yeah. My Hero, I love the story. Some parts that makes you feel for the characters, and it's just a wonderful way to introduce this concept of a world that everyone they have powers, besides maybe like 20% that don't have power. And it's just interesting to see how everything is put together.
Virgin.
Alright. My Hero is my personal favorite anime, but the way that they treat their characters in that show is interesting to the point where there's more character development about side characters than there is about fucking role model.
No matter the obstacle, Hydra always achieves its
Yeah,
goals.
he has a point there with the side characters, how they can have a whole class and every character in their own way get their character development. That's interesting too.
So, let's get into it. We're gonna talk about every season not in depth, but and I already hear the complaints. Well, why didn't you just do 4 separate videos? Do I look like I want to do 4 separate videos?
I remember contemplating
No.
the delicious irony of our magnificent master
No, I
plan.
don't. As much as I love this show, no, I don't. So, let's start. Season 1. This season is a great introduction to this anime in this world. From the first 5 minutes of the first episode, I was hooked. Kevin was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm 3 episodes in and I don't like it.
I can't have my own opinion without him mocking me like that.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Look,
Deku. All right, relax. Don't get on your period, please.
Well, you want us to say something?
Deku is a great underdog character, and All Might is a great character in and of himself. Really, all the characters are great, and they work in their own ways. Nobody feels the same, and their quirks are all unique to me.
I gotta say something about Deku real quick, right?
Oh boy, here we go.
In the community, for some reason, people don't I don't understand why, because he is literally the main character of the show. What I like about the show, it does something that not a lot of the shows do,
With the
which
power
is
of adhesive
from
X,
the first moment you hear him narrate, the show already established that he does become the #1 hero, which is cool, you know? So the whole show you anticipate waiting to see him become the #1 hero. But what I like about the show is that it shows his journey and the stuff that he has to do before he gets to that point in his life where he's stronger than All Might himself.
Which he will be, but that will be for a future video.
No, fat bitches don't want to read the manga.
I'm sorry if I want to be surprised.
You can still be surprised by reading.
No,
but
I
that's
can't.
besides the point.
What was I saying? The story behind All Might is interesting, and the League of Villains are very cool. Shigaraki is a very intimidating villain as well, and it keeps you interested. A little too long. Well, we'll get to that.
Only if you knew.
The fight with the highlight of the season to me is really the relationship between All Might and Deku, but also the fight at the end with All Might and Nomu. Oh my god. Epic.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was season 1. Oh, yeah.
That made my nipple hard.
The Avengers
I watched it for the first time.
That's
That's the fight in the
Very
to
descriptive.
stop us.
Yes,
Only
dude.
make
That's
our
the fight in the
victory
dome, right?
all the more
Yeah.
glorious.
that was really something special, truly. I won't forget the first time I watched that. Me and Miguel, he witnessed most of my holy shit. The only one that I think he didn't witness was me when Deku first used his powers, and
Yeah.
I saw it, like the scene with the ball where he throws it, and I was like, holy shit. Like that was pretty cool.
If he did that with one finger, imagine what he could do with 2.
Imagine what he could do with a foot.
A toe.
One hair.
One blow.
Anyways.
Job.
One nut. I mean, moving on.
Iron Man was no match for our combined might.
Moving on. Anyone have thoughts on season 1 before we go to season 2?
Season 1, what I liked was it at the end of season episode 2
Yeah.
when he's crying to All Might when All Might tells him, by the way, you too could be a hero and I'm gonna help you. Like when he's bawling his eyes out, you feel for him. You're like,
Oh,
yo,
yeah. Well,
imagine
that's
the
a
guy
norm of
that
this show, by the way.
yeah.
No, I
Now,
thought
but
his
imagine you have no powers. You want to be a hero, and your idol first says that you cannot be a hero without power, and then eventually he sees that you got potential, and then he's like, "Yo, matter of fact, I could give you my power, and you could be a hero."
You got the
Imagine
touch.
we're not gonna
You
talk
got
about how
the
he had to
power.
beat his here, but
that.
I really enjoyed. I like, although it was very short. I liked his training, his when he was on the beach.
Yeah.
Training he did on the beach.
As I was trying to say, that is what hooked me with the show. For some fat bitches interrupting.
Yeah, you were
Remember that?
frowning through all the episodes until the
Went
beats
from
came in.
being built like a twig to having 8-pack in a matter of days. But
It was 9 months movie.
it was a lot of time. But the show made it seem like days.
Yes, the show was
Yeah.
1 up.
No, that's something about My Hero that like even though all this takes place during the first year that they're in high school, it's like by the time and how Deku is learning all these different things, it shows you how smart he really is and how much he works for what he wants to accomplish. Because within like months, he already, control it a little bit by using full cow, but that's for season 2, which I'm gonna wait for. Come on.
No, we're getting into it right now.
Yeah.
Season 2. This season I think this season was great. My favorite arc, well, my second to favorite arc is the tournament arc. This arc is fucking incredible. I loved every single minute of this arc.
Biggest highlight, Deku
I'm not.
versus Todoroki.
Shut up! Gimme! Let me be! I gotta get there, you fat bitch! I'm not a fan of how some of the fights were really short. Me and Miguel were watching it, and there were some fights where I was like, bro, that couldn't go like 2 more
You wanna know
minutes.
something?
What?
That was an anime exclusive, because in the manga they did not show none of those fights. They only show the main fights.
Well, that sucks.
So that's a treat.
Well,
that
I mean, they
gave
didn't
us.
even show the fights. It's just montages, really.
True.
Which I didn't mind too much because honestly,
You gotta get into the
I
main
like
event.
that the show focuses on the side characters, but I wasn't trying to see all of them fight, to be honest.
I'd rather just have that little montage than having nothing like the manga. That's just me.
Yeah, I would be on that side if I read the manga. The fight that I love is obviously Todoroki and Deku. That fight is epic, and it surprised me when it was over because I honestly thought Deku was gonna go to the finals to fight Bakugo. That did not happen. Like, when it was over and Todoroki, like, quote-unquote, killed Deku, obviously he didn't die, but when he finally finished him, it was just, like, I had my hands on the head. I couldn't believe it. That was just surprising.
How they interfere, but then they didn't make them like redo the battle again. They should have just said, you know what, we interfere, but we're still gonna pass Todoroki to the next round.
Well, for one,
Everyone
Deku
is
wouldn't have
talking
been able
about
to
that.
fight. I'm just saying.
True.
No,
He got
because
fucking destroyed.
What's her name? Could have just gave him a little kissy. He would have been chilling.
No, bro.
Shoot,
She
dog.
was not doing that, bro. You're bugging. My man's was
didn't
on
she
his
say-
deathbed.
Didn't she say after the fight, like, oh, she couldn't do this no more? And she literally said, oh, she won't be doing it no more? Like, he gotta find a way to do all this without...
She told
Yeah.
All Might that he needed to find another way for him to use his powers because she couldn't stay there. She couldn't stand having to heal his broken arms every time. And then that's when we learned that if he had used his arms,
I remember how to do
is that season?
Yeah.
If he kept using his arms, he would.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's season 3. That's season 3 when they're like, oh, if he continue using his arm, yeah, them shit's not gonna work no more. But holy shit! From that fight when he uses cheek to flick his thumb.
Yeah, that was. Oh my
An
god.
army of agents with
That
Um,
shit was
I like
something
I
else.
like that fight because it gives like a display of like how eager he was to win that fight because he was literally he went through the pain of re-breaking his fingers to just
Again, it was just surprising to me that Deku didn't win. I thought he was legitimately going to win, no question.
I didn't mind that because throughout this whole tournament arc, it was really all Todoroki's story. So
I
it
don't
was
mind
really
it was.
necessary for Deku to win.
I feel like if he would have went to the finals and fought Bakugo, I feel like Deku in that period of time, Bakugo would have won that fight.
Yeah, he would.
Well,
He
yeah,
would.
which is ironic, but my second personal favorite fight. It might surprise everybody, but it was Bakugo and Uravity, no
Versus
question.
So you're a female abuser.
Shut up. I thought this fight was absolutely phenomenal. You can ask Miguel. I was losing my mind, honestly. When I found out, oh yeah, Uravity and Bakugo are gonna fight in the semifinals, I was like, well, this is gonna be a fucking clean sweep, no question, because what the actual hell? I'm watching this fight and I'm just like, oh my god, she might actually fucking do it and like destroy Bakugo. Like she was giving him the smoke, bro. I was loving every single minute of that fight. And when she eventually loses, it sucks. It's sad.
If she didn't
honestly.
get tired, she would have won the fight.
Yeah. But that shows you she really gave her all. Like.
Yeah, no question. The fight made me believe that she was actually gonna win, and that's the best thing a fight can do when the odds are stacked. Then let me pause the game and let me take a sip of my cold beverage. Then we had the arc with Stain. I'm gonna get ready to run. Stain is my favorite villain in the entire series of My Hero so far.
I don't see him as a villain.
I don't care what anybody says, or antagonist, whatever. I don't care what anybody says. I will fight you on the fucking street. Stain has probably the best villain arc so far.
Honestly,
Listen.
In the anime, yeah.
in the manga, he's a lot more brutal.
Yeah, he is.
In this show, he was there for what, 3 episodes maybe, right?
Roughly.
And he made me give a shit more about him than most of the villains in this show. The minute he showed up, I was like, yes, I'm here for it. Because his arc was so interesting. The fact that he was hunting down heroes and killing them, I loved it. I really did. I loved it. I don't give a shit. I like the bad guys. I don't care.
Bro, you are gonna love season 6. You are gonna love season
He's a
6.
real good example of a villain.
Anti-hero.
Isn't a bad guy. He has good morals. He just carries it out in a bad way.
Yeah.
He didn't think that people who pretended to be heroes were deserving of the title.
I seriously am really hoping that they bring back Stain at one point or another. I really am. Because he's just incredible to me. I loved it. That fight in the alleyway is one of my favorite fights in the entire show. I absolutely love that fight.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that fight made me...
That was another fight that Miguel missed me reacting on.
Yeah. Yo.
I called him after.
Yo, they really 3-piece my guy, bro. Deku with the punch, Ida with the kick, Todoroki with the blast. Yo, they violated.
That fight made me like Ida more. I didn't really like him that much.
Nah, honestly, Ida in that fight was getting me annoyed. I'm sorry.
He was,
He
but
was getting me
it was
tight.
development for him though, so
I guess.
I'll take it.
But I don't know. He was kind of getting me annoyed with that shit. Oh, get away! This is my fight. Meanwhile, he's fucking handicapped on the floor, dying, bro. Shut up. Like, you can't even move. Shut up. That fight was epic. You know, it was even more epic with Ida first confronting him, and then when Deku, being the fucking goat that he is, coming full cowling, kicking his ass. Oh, I loved it. I loved the whole details with the blood type and all that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. The finality to that fight was just, oh, I loved it. I loved it. Every moment of that fight. I went back and rewatched it when I finished. Just pure epicness. I loved it.
And then at the end of season 2, when they introduced the other candidates or other members of the League of Villains.
Yeah. After this fight, it kind of slowed down a bit. I don't really remember most of the epic moments after this, if there really were any. I don't remember.
I mean, they just established the league.
They established the league, and they established how you need a license to fight. And if you don't have a license, it's a crime. Yeah. That was when they established that. All that, like, yo, you need a license, you gotta chill. So we just gonna give the credit to Endeavor real quick. That's what we're gonna do. Don't trip.
They also established that there are different forms of normal, different rankings.
Forms of what?
Nomu.
There's low end, middle.
We will get to different forms of Nomu in just a second. But season 2 overall was pretty damn great. I think this is probably my favorite season if I had to pick one. This was honestly just, again, the tournament aspect was just amazing. I love when a show has different people with different abilities and they say, oh, we're going to throw them in an arena together and they're all going to fight to the death. I love it. Well, not to the death, but...
I was going to say you're taking it a bit too far.
I would hope not. They're just a bunch of force.
Oh, shit, that's my alarm. But I don't know. I love a tournament aspect of anything, really. I love, like, a method to see who's the best. I love it. Season 3.
They were fighting.
Oh, no, finish what you were going to say.
If they were fighting to the death, Bakugo would kill them all.
I mean, honestly, I don't disagree. Doesn't have any limits. Given to him, he would clap.
Yeah.
Like if Bakugo was a villain, he would be dead.
Oh, no question. That's why for most of the season, I've always thought of Bakugo at some point turning.
Speaking
of
Bakugo,
everybody says that when they first get into My Hero, they're like, yo, yeah, this kid's gonna turn the villain.
He's gonna be like Sasuke.
Then going into season 3, Tyler.
Season 3. Season 3 is also a very good season. It starts off not as epic, but that shit picks the fuck up. Miguel warned me when we started season 3, oh, it's not as eventful as, other seasons. I was like, okay. So the camp shit started, and I was like, you know what, I don't mind this, because it's interesting, it's character development. I'm not really...
My son is introduced.
And then out of nowhere...
shit hits the fan. Like, the apocalypse at a fucking summer camp. And I was like, oh my god. The League of Villains shows up, they wreak havoc. I was like, oh, this is epic. I'm loving this.
You gotta set the expectation low in order to surprise people.
They were like, oh yeah, we're just chilling at camp.
Yeah, out of nowhere, bitch.
We get
that became out of nowhere, fucking burned down the forest.
We get the emo depressed kid Koda, which was, the backstory for him is great. In all seriousness, the backstory for him is pretty damn great. It's really dark for a fucking kid. I was like, holy shit. But I loved everything with Koda. I like how, insecure he was, and I like how he hated villains or heroes because of what happened to his parents. All good stuff. This all comes to a head. What?
I wonder if he'll come back older.
No, I feel like if My Hero has a next gen type shit, I
but
know
like
that
not
Eri is
next
gonna
gen.
be
On
part
some,
of it,
I
and
mean, on some
Koda, he has to.
on some like if you watch Naruto, like the little time skip and how
Yeah,
Konohamaru was older,
yeah.
some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
You fucking weebs.
That would be cool. But continue.
This all comes to a head in a fucking epic fight where the villain Muscular, who he came on screen, I was like, what in the actual fuck?
My man's
Oh,
like
bro, this is
eating
like, y'all
steroids over
thought
there.
Bane was on steroids, bro. This is like Bane cranked to 1,000,000, bro.
Dude, he was eating steroids for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What are you talking about?
Yo,
They
that
said all I eat is protein, bitch. Those chicken abortion. That's what I eat. Stop playing.
Could I get a little help here? I got locked
Oh,
in during
God.
the evacuation.
This-
that fight, I literally thought Echo was like,
Sorry, sir. It looks like we've got work to do.
that's it.
yeah,
The main
they
character now Todoroki, don't make me laugh.
I was like, who's gonna save him? All Might? And then
they really made you think that he was gonna die. That point where he goes, "I'm sorry, Koda," and just I was like, oh.
He pulled up. He was like, 100%.
1,000,000, good sir.
1,000,000%. Which in reality was like 10%. But I mean, aside though.
Yo, he
It just shows how
fucked him
strong
up.
he
He said
is.
it, bro. He
It
said
just shows
his
how strong
life.
he is.
That
If he
yo,
thought that was 1,000,000% and it was only 10%.
Okay,
bro,
so get
when
this.
he
Remember
when
last
he
week when I had
came
to bail
back
from the
up
ballet, bro?
and
how much I dig my
he
man
was
for
like,
poking
"You're
things
not gonna
unorthodox
touch
from
him. You're not
Well,
gonna
my boy
hurt him."
Scotty
And then it
was coming
showed
back to town,
him
and
go,
I had to
"Oh
be
my
there for him,
god."
you know? Just like he was for me and stuff. Anyway, I'm like, they're just
The
PKs.
fucking
was-
lights, yo.
Friends of mine, bro.
I was
Those lights.
watching it. I was watching it with Miguel and
So ain't gonna be
Jairus.
some loser
Ugh,
bad guy no more.
epic.
So I say, they're like real
Epic when
skilled
that
people,
shit
man.
happened,
And
bro.
he just
Forget
says,
it.
"I
I
don't think
lost
so."
my
And I'm all
mind.
like, "Yo,
I lost
Scotty,
my
whatever, bro."
marbles.
Then he
That
got
was.
fired from his job, and
I
he's like,
watched
when
that
they-
episode, I think, about
"Let's
like
do this
5
thing."
times. It's
So
so
we found our
fucking
way
good.
into this old dude's house.
That's when they
This job I
introduced my
heard through
favorite emo,
cousin's friend's
Davi.
brother's girl. So he finds his suit.
Davi.
Crazy, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm sorry. I'm just getting excited.
Toys
you know?
got the comic.
This dude named Cross.
Twice
But-
is hilarious. He's like the Deadpool of My Hero.
Yeah, pretty much.
Toga, baby girl Toga.
So me and Scotty, we get a pimp
He just wants
Oh my god, here we go. Him and fucking Toga. Oh my
Yo, I
god.
fucking love Toga.
Yeah, what if Toga was in real life though? Then you would.
Hey,
He just wants a little piece of Deku, and literally.
Scotty in the suit, we can take on anything, man. I love it
got
when he gets
caught.
Alright, moving on, please. Enough of the simping and the togas. Oh my lord.
Bakugo gets captured.
Yeah, Bakugo got captured. I was surprised.
You see, that moment right there was what like boosted my mentality of the Bakugo is gonna become a villain, because to have a kid like him with his mentality be captured by people like the League of Villains, I was like, oh man, they're gonna like brainwash him or something.
Yo, you can't rely, yo. This man was ready. He was like, yo, take
Yo,
these
he
shits
was-
off me,
yo,
and we about
yeah.
to find out who got kidnapped.
Yeah,
Cause
my
I'm
man
about to
was
fuck y'all up.
This then leads to an amazing arc when they try to rescue Bakugo, which then leads to probably the best fight in the entire show, maybe. I don't know.
It's one of the, it's my top 2 fights.
All my
Before that fight even happened, All Might pulled a Kool-Aid man jumping into the
Yo.
bar.
Oh yeah.
Yo, that's seriously a fact, bro. I was watching that episode the other day, and they really just talking. I was like, boom, and All Might just shows
They
up.
were just chilling. They were just literally just chilling, and my man's just like, here. I was like,
Hey yo, the pizza's here. Oh shit.
Yo, that shit was mad funny. But they infiltrate the base. They get Bakugo back. Then
that escape was like the cleanest escape I've ever seen. When he like glided to them, and I was like, oh.
Then All Might has to come face to face with All For One, which, by the way,
Yes.
that fight, the backstory with All For One was great. The whole thing with One For All.
Oh wait, did they speak about that? Oh yes, they did. Okay.
The
No, his
whole
brother
thing
is,
was
right?
No, they didn't bring it
No,
up.
they talked about it. They talked about it.
Oh, no, they did talk about that when he was talking about his backstory. He's Tyler. You know who his relative is, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
him.
mentioned it.
Yeah, his brother
Now
is
that dude was seriously angry. He had major beef with Scotty, you know, and he like the whole
first
place
one
to try
for
to
us.
stop us, but we can handle it.
Try not to spoil anything. It's really tough, isn't it?
we don't talk about everybody else.
No,
I mean,
basically, it's right here. This is already talked about it.
they
All for
spoke about how
one.
he was born with this ability to give quirks, and his brother was useless.
No, he had the ability to take and give quirks, and he had the ability to stockpile also. So what
he
he
didn't know
did,
his brother had a quirk.
yeah. So he was like, "Yo, I'm about to force a quirk onto you," and the brother was like, "Please, no." But then later on, when he transferred the stockpiling quirk to his younger brother, that's when they figure out that the younger brother actually had a quirk and was to pass on the quirk. And that's when All For One, he wanted the quirk because that's what make him OP. So every single One For All user he killed trying to acquire the quirk, but he failed at it.
Which is like, it's funny because All For One is like, he's already OP without the super strength.
Fun fact, his mask was designed after Darth Vader's mask, being that Horikoshi loves Star Wars. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a theory, but this is a theory going on. I wouldn't be surprised if All For One ends up being Deku's father. I wouldn't be surprised.
And if anyone could get it to work for
I
us,
wouldn't be
Scotty
surprised
could.
if that actually was to happen.
Nah, I don't believe that, bro. The only reason I say that, you know, there's a theory that the doctor told Deku that he didn't have a quirk. It took his quirk away.
Yeah.
Which is, because really think about it. Like for Deku to be unfortunate, to be part of the 20% born without a quirk, even though his mother can levitate and his father can shoot fire out of his mouth.
Which we have not seen nothing about his father, and supposedly, yo, that woman should trust that man a lot. He's at quote unquote overseas work since Deku was born. Like what? Like no contact or nothing. Like yo,
Man hasn't come home once.
I mean, come on, is it really rare for a protagonist's father?
Do you know how hard it is for somebody to find some milk at the grocery store? Okay.
We'll be going on all day.
Speaking of season 3, I forgot to talk about this, but
What is it about to do with it?
Copyright incoming, boys.
okay.
copyright, and they don't play with the copyright.
Listen, I played it for 5 seconds. I don't care. It's worth it. That intro is listen. I've played much worse, okay, and I haven't gotten shit. So
Played some shit for SpongeBob and got a copyright.
yeah. Listen, that's not the point.
The fight between All Might and All For One, it was like a waiting fight that everybody was like, yes, we need to see these two fight, and it was like,
You talking about that? Up to this day, I want to see Prime All Might versus Prime All For One.
dude, that's the fight that we need to see.
That's what we need to see. Fuck all this fight.
Knowing that they had already fought prior to that.
And that's why both of them are fucked. That's why All For One is missing half his head, and All Might missing his stomach and respiratory system. What?
When they first spoke about making the movie, like the first movie they released, that's what I initially thought. You know, because All Might is he's an American man.
Huh?
That's why he gets to the United States of Smash.
He if you see the first movie, it explains how he gets the name.
He's a young All Might, right?
Yeah, young All Might. Yeah.
Back on season 3.
Nah, but
The
there's a people want to see a movie that is through the perspective of All For One and how he killed all the One For All users, and how at the end of the movie we see Prime All Might versus All For One, Prime All For One. That would be a movie I will give my money for.
yeah, but it's predictable.
I would take the movie, or I would even take an episode just dedicated to a flashback.
I'd rather take an episode than a whole movie because to me the movies are more special.
True, but the reason I say I want the movie is because the budget is gonna be there for the movie, and it's gonna look
the animations for this show is still top notch. It's not like it's like a rip-off fucking shit. Like, it still looks top-notch regardless.
I want you to watch the second movie now. I really do.
Oh, you gotta wait 2 months.
Damn.
Shut up.
I haven't seen the movie. I just saw a clip.
Alright, well, keep it to yourself.
That's the clip.
Alright, what else? There was really nothing else in season 3, right? Oh no, oh my god. The fight.
Look at him!
I totally forgot. The fight with Deku and Bakugo again.
Yeah.
That shit was.
That was beautiful.
That was some good shit.
I want to see a rematch, but like much later on in the series.
Oh yeah, with more evolved.
Oh my god.
With a mastered all for one. A mastered
one for
all. Deku.
But after the fight with All Might and I almost said Midorya, All Might and One for All, or All for One, whatever. Like they moved into the dorms.
And yeah, they moved into the dorms. Also,
license exam.
We also get character development for Bakugo. How he felt that it's his fault that All Might lost his power for him being kidnapped and all that. That was a heavy weight on Bakugo.
That's why I love that fight so much. That's why it's my number 1. And my number 2 being in season 4, but it's my number 1 fight, not only because the fight was like clean as hell, but we get things like All Might losing his quirk, losing his power, and then him pointing at the screen and saying that it's your turn, and everybody's like, oh my god, who is he talking about? And Deku was like, yes, I'll do it for you, daddy. And Bakugo yes.
Oh my.
But Bakugo just already knows that he's talking about Deku, but like...
Yeah. And that's when Bakugo also finds out that about One for All, when All Might talks to him about it, and Deku also.
Yes.
Then we get the,
That's one of the things that was like, kind of like, makes my head hurt a little bit about the show, because it's like, do they not just like look at Deku and be like, damn, you kind of fight like All Might, I'm gonna hold you, man.
No, a lot of people mention that.
Yeah, she mentioned that in season 1.
They just can't put two together. It's like, bro.
And also, at the end of season 3, that's when they introduce us to Overhaul, when Twice goes to recruit him.
Overhaul is dumb nice.
And now this is what leads to season 4. Tyler, take it away.
I didn't leave anything out of season 3, right?
Not really.
Okay. Provisional license exam.
Oh, provisional license!
I tried to say it, you fucking don't listen.
Then speak up, you bitch!
One thing about the dorm arc, bro, my boy Mineta.
Mineta. We haven't really mentioned Mineta.
He's a legend.
Oh yeah, no question. I already hear the Karens in my comment section. Mineta is a sin against humanity.
Sin against humanity. He should be our president. He'll be a better president than the president we have right now.
Everyone would be a better president than our president.
Mineta is funny as hell.
No, you lagging, my boy.
Oh, I'm lagging. His quirk is a little useless, but his comedy makes
For real, how is he in class 1A? Well, quirk like that. Wait, no. At least his quirk is more useful than Invisible Girl. What the fuck she got? What she brings to the table?
That's not her quirk. Is that her quirk, or she? That's the thing.
She can manipulate things for light, cause she could do flash move, like a flash grenade type of move. That blinds things.
What's it called? You see, oh, that's another thing we should have mentioned: the difference between mutations and quirk. Because somebody like, what's his name? The bird kid. Yeah, he's a mutation, but he has a quirk.
Yeah, he's a mutation and a emitter. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
And then Froppy is just
I'm
straight
sorry, I was thinking
mutation.
about the elevator music.
Yeah.
It captivated me.
Some of them are mixed.
We made it!
Yeah.
Well, yeah, provisional license. Shit got real.
Show some of Scotty's new bomb moves to that cross.
And we met Cammy for the first time. Baby girl.
Cammy, my man.
No,
Did I just hear a who?
I'm not good with names.
Yo, first Kane the
Cammy.
Conqueror and now Cammy, bro. What's up with you, bro?
I'm sorry, bro. I forgot. You know how long it's been since I seen season 4?
Bro, whoop your fuck up like that, bro. We gonna have an issue.
I haven't watched the little bit of episodes that they released.
Oh my. Well, you're getting spoiled, so.
The show, the episode that I thought was the ending isn't the ending.
Nice.
Well, what episode was the ending? That's
the fight between Endeavor and the
Nigga, that is the last episode.
Oh, okay. Alright.
They released 2 OVAs, but that's not.
That's not important. I mean, it's a fun little, you know.
Nothing's important. All you gotta know, Deku kicks walls. So you gotta know.
Deku what?
He kicks walls.
It was just it was showing us how they trained for rescue for the provisional license. That's what the OVAs were about.
Do they not have their license already, bro?
Oh no, yeah, they do. Besides Bakugo and
Todoroki,
yeah.
Which is funny as hell because Todoroki, like, you would think he'd be the first one to have his license.
Yeah.
But what happened?
Bakugo went and messed it up for him.
My man Mineta really rubbed it in their face like, yo, my man, how I got one and you did it.
But like, how he's in class 1A, bro. 1A is for the top tier students.
He's old.
Wait, talking about that, let's talk about that 1B guy that always be talking shit on 1A.
Yeah, I don't even know his name, but that's all
the one that be getting his shit smacked upside his head.
By the girls.
Yo.
Bro, he be talking the illest crap.
That one episode in season 4 when they run up on the stage and
Yo, that's another thing about My Hero we haven't mentioned. This show is fucking hilarious in all the right ways. There's
my all-time favorite scene is when when it's a young Deku, he's holding the All Might.
Crackhead Deku!
He's holding the All Might, so he's watching the video, he's rocking back and forth.
So,
yo, Crackhead Deku, let's go.
It's like fresh tech,
Mom, give me
I
crack.
mean, Scotty's super
alright. Let's try to wrap this up. We're closing in on time. Season 4. To me, this is the worst season of My Hero. I don't care. I think this is the worst season of My Hero. And it has nothing to do with the first half.
It slowed down a bit for season 4.
But it's not, to me, it's not the... What you clowns? Let me finish! It has nothing to do with the first half. If it was based solely on the first half, this would be the best season of My Hero. The arc with the infiltration and everything was fucking incredible, and I absolutely loved it.
It has... Oh, okay. I got 3 top fights from this show. And number 3 would be that 100% Deku versus Overhaul.
No question. I'm telling you, that whole arc was epic. I loved it. That fight with Overhaul was just incredible.
Eri strapped to his back like she was a book bag.
Eri, my boy. You know what I mean?
Feels kind of weird, you know.
Bitch, you're a female. Shut up.
To this good guy stuff.
Bitch, got
Anyways, I gotta go. I'm late to meet my cousin Ignacio at the museum.
But yeah, that whole arc was epic. It was intense, and I loved it. Then also we had no RIP to him. He died because he's a fucking idiot. Moving on.
What?
You know exactly who.
Disrespect him like that?
I am because he got himself killed like an idiot.
No,
come on.
I don't care.
Wait, who?
I don't care.
Who are you talking about?
Night Eye got himself killed like a dumbass. I don't care.
No, bro. He went out like a beast.
Yeah, he went out like a champ, but he still got himself killed like an idiot.
He went out like Patrick King.
Then we listen. First of all, before I keep going with this. We had Polaris as an intro for season 4. Mwah, I loved it.
Director Fury? Agent Hill, is that you?
Then we switched arcs to the festival, which I enjoyed the festival arc. I didn't mind it.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. I skipped through a lot of those episodes because I truly didn't.
I mean, it's not bad.
The fight with Rappa and Fat Gum and.
Oh yeah, that fight was incredible. One of my favorite.
You didn't talk about Red Riot.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Red Riot,
that
versus...
fight when Fagum went ultimate and fucking destroyed him. Oh,
and Fat Young wasn't so fat no more.
Oh man, that was. I always thought as Fat Gum as he's cool, he's big and puffy and shit.
That's when I got a better understanding of his
And then he fucking
like,
he destroyed him. I loved it. Then we shifted to the festival. I loved the festival. It was fun. It brought back a vibe that we hadn't had in quite some time, like of just chilling.
My boy Mineta with his harem.
Then we had the introduction of Gentle.
Gentle Criminal in La Brava.
Here we go.
He was okay.
Listen, let me finish, please. Let me finish because we're running out of time. Let me finish. I fucking hated. I love Gentle as a villain. I did. I hated the fucking fight with him and Deku. I thought it was absolutely atrocious. The fight, number one, they didn't build up Gentle's character at all to me. He was just, they were building his character, but he felt like a villain that should have been saved for a whole season. But then, Eric, please, let me finish before. He felt like he should have been built up for a whole season, but he was only built up for maybe 5-6 episodes, and then they just fed him to Deku for the sake of it. I really just... There was so much potential for that fight, and then you get to the fucking shit with his partner and the love shit. That was so cringe. That was the worst moment in My Hero for me. I'm sorry. I hated that. When she was like, oh, I love you, and she gives him her quirk, and what happens after that? I was like, but what? This is so dumb.
Let's face the fact that he just said thank you, and he didn't say I love you back. No, besides the point of her quirk, the fight for me, it was good for me.
I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
For the fact that Gentle was basically like, they try to put him as this would have been Deku if All Might wouldn't have been there, or wouldn't have stuck with him.
This is why I think it's a good fight. Because to me, Gentle wasn't so much as a big villain, more of as something that was like to distract Deku in the moment. You know what I'm saying? I liked his backstory. He how you try to save somebody and get them. Anyways, you know, I think he was a nice little side.
The villain again. His character was fine. I was loving what they were doing with him. The fact that he was recording his crimes and making videos, I was loving it. I was like, okay, I'm on board for this. But again, the finality to that whole arc to me was just throwaway. I didn't like it.
This is why he doesn't. This is why he's not a villain for a long time, because what you need to understand, Tyler.
Okay, but Stain was the villain for 3 episodes, and he was way better.
No, but that's what Monica. This is what I'm gonna say. We think these little villains are the main villains, but you need to remember that the main villains is Shigaraki. And
I know who the main villain is. That's not my point.
That's why they don't stick around for long.
What people are talking about? How what they could do with Gentle, so you know how he basically surrendered whatever, right? He could find a way to get his license or whatever, and eventually in the future him and La Brava could come back, but as heroes, in a way. I would like to see that work out, especially how things are looking for the future. If you're reading the manga, how things are looking for the future, that would be a good touch that I would enjoy if they did.
I don't know.
Can we talk about the ultimate theory real quick?
Well, wait. Let me finish my thing on season 4, and then we'll go into that because we're running out of time. Thank God this season ended on a positive note with Endeavor and Nomu. That fight was epic and I loved it. I watched it with Miguel. I loved it. I loved every second of it. The final shot of the episode when Todoroki acknowledges his father was epic. Because now it confirms my theory, which more than likely he's gonna learn from his father now, and that's something I've always wanted.
No, but this is the thing, right? I like that moment
lagging,
because I said I like that moment because it shows that although his father did him dirty, did his family dirty, he still has respect for his father, and the fact he still acknowledges the fact that that is his father. Because when they thought Endeavor got smoked by the Nomu, my son was on his knees praying.
Yo, talking about that, that's a good ass redemption arc for Endeavor, because like you said, all the fucked up shit he did to his family, and now he's like, yo, you know what? I'm tired of this. Like, technically, it's like I'm already #1, and it's not exactly what I expected. Like, I don't know why I did all this to my family type shit.
He was like, I hate the school motto, but
alright, we gotta wrap it up because
wait, you forgot something though.
What?
The 1 or 2 episodes where Todoroki and Bakugo and Kami, all of them with their little kids.
Oh,
oh, I loved that. That was hilarious. I haven't laughed that hard in an episode of My Hero in my life.
You also have the post-credit scene on the last episode for season 4.
I wanna.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Right, really quick, because we're losing time, and I don't want it to cut off, and then we have to do a fucking 5-minute part 2. That's so much extra shit. So Miguel, briefly go over what happens in the after credit scene.
Are we talking about the Dabi?
No.
Oh.
All right, somebody do it. Come on, hurry up. Miguel,
you fucking bozo, where'd you go?
Oh my lord. Go over the after credit scene.
The after credit scene, it shows Deku having a dream of One for All, and he sees all the past users, and he sees the first user, and the first user's like, yo, like, you the 9th? And he touches his hands, and that's when he has that little jerk, like, that wet dream, that One for All wet dream. And his room got all kinds of fucked up. Yeah. Yo, Tyler, all I would say, season 5, first half, you will learn something that you're gonna say Deku is gonna be broken.
We're probably gonna make a video for season 5 predictions because I would love to talk about it, but we can't.
Was smart, he'd put 2 and 2 together.
I did, but we just don't have time.
Alright, we'll talk about it after you stop that.
We'll make a video for it. But that's gonna do it on this. Holy shit. As you can see, we all love this show. I can't wait for season 5. That shit needs to come out already because I'm dying. I'm dying over here. But
and Tyler's gonna end up calling the when he has to watch it weekly.
The latest will be spring 2021.
Guys, just remember, Tyler's gonna start having to watch My Hero weekly now, including me.
Oh.
You guys are gonna hate it.
Thank you guys so much. Really quick, I just wanted to mention that this is probably gonna be the last video for a little while because we start college next week. Kevin's not getting his PlayStation back for like 10 months. I'm not even joking you.
That's crazy. Imagine being in college.
So we gotta work around that whole situation, but there's gonna be no new releases. I have no way of seeing New Mutants because Cuomo is being a dickhead. So yeah, I have no way of watching New Mutants. I gotta see what happens. Maybe I'll watch it online. I don't know. If I do watch it, I'll review it. If not, so be it. But if there's any new releases, I'll see what I can do. In terms of videos, the only video I can think of is a season 5 prediction for My Hero. Maybe we'll do a video on DC fandom because that's coming up on Saturday. Oh shit! Kevin, we're going to Six Flags in DC fandom this Saturday.
I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to put two and two together.
You fucking bitch.
Yo, Tyler, don't worry. There's gonna be encore.
All right. But thank you guys so much. Let me know if you guys want to see more anime videos. I'll see what I can do. And thank you guys so much. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much. And stay safe. See ya.